Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We're going to be doing node number 2 here. This is one I've gotten a few questions about, and I did have some gameplay on it, but didn't get a chance to do commentary side of things. But anyways, we're running this at 480 mods, and pretty much have the standard stuff here. No damage, no armor, all the arch nemesis, and the big one, of course, as well, the serpent. Fear the serpent, make it count. Those are kind of the heavy, big points. And this one is a little bit more reliant on having a bigger sized Exalted team. So as you guys can see here, mine are fairly built up. And you'll see that I also have some healer and some damage mods as well here. But yeah, we're going to switch, maybe just get some extra damage here on the striker. But yeah, for this one is very, very challenging because you want to make sure that when you're going into it, you want to make sure you can get enough splash damage, right? So you want to make sure you can, watch the turn meter on the bottom, get a couple attacks in on multiple man as well here. So you're always trying to chaining off of him, killing him off when you can, of course. And now remember, we are kind of playing against the clock here as well, because we also want to do damage to multiple man, but at the same time, we also want to make sure we don't kill him, because we also need him alive so that he can give us more turn meter. So AoE wise, you always want to make sure, like I said, you can kind of get some splash damage on him. If your characters are blinded as well, that actually helps us out, because then they don't do damage to him. But yeah, just watch the turn meter, flip the positives when you can here. And yeah, it's going to take a little bit of practice, a little bit of timing. But yeah, and of course, we're playing with quite a few mods as well on this. So it does get a little bit, it's quite close calls here and there, just because we are dealing with some pretty heavy characters here. Morph will use the AoE here, so this can kill off some clones. AoE damage as well to Hank. Hank is kind of the first priority target. You want to take care of him so he doesn't top off anybody's health. But again, yeah, Wolverine here, he'll just throw the special on because he doesn't actually hit the clones, so you want to make sure you can target one as well so you can get some damage in there. And again, like I said, throw the AoE there. He's blinded. Great. Get some AoE there going as well. Attack again. And yeah, ultimately, it's just going to be splashing damage here. I'm going to speed the footage up here because it is quite slow, but I think you guys get the gist of it now, and I'll speed it up to the point where we drop the second wave. Okay, so again, throwing that basic there. Get the clones. Target multiple man to get turn meter back. And again, AoE there. And then we get some more AoE damage here. Yeah, it's just watching the turn meters is so important, because we want to make sure there's a multiple man clone before they take another turn, so that we can kind of keep fueling our gauge. And at the same time, you also want to make sure you're also dealing some damage to these stragglers as well here on the board, which will help you out, right? Now, keep in mind, you can do this all perfectly fine and dandy, and even then, eventually, the turns will catch up on you. So you want to make sure that you are trying to still get the other characters down when you can here. Get the AoE, get the bleeds. This is why we kind of tried to, get some more strikers and some more AoE damage there, because yeah, we're playing against the clock here. And every assist we get as well also weakens the health of our characters. That's just one of the mods I have. I think every assist, they lose 5% of their health. So you also want to be careful that the characters that are assisting, they're going to lose a chunk of health as well, depending on if you have that mod or not. I wouldn't recommend it. If you're just trying to get through it and you're just trying to get through these sections with lower mods, then it's going to be a little different strategy, right? But yeah, ultimately, the next wave, I think, drops when it's 10 or less. So you want to make sure you're watching that number on the top as well here. But as I said, just hit when you can. Keep your eye on the cooldowns as well on your abilities, and if you know there's some AoE coming as well, then great. When that second wave does drop, you want to make sure Jubilee also has her stun ready, because we need to stun the Black Knight. If you don't stun the Black Knight, and depending on the timing of it, it's gonna hurt really, really bad, because he just absolutely shreds. I'll throw the ult here, get some turn back with a ton of multiple mans, and you guys will see that we're making pretty good progress here. So now we're getting kind of close to the end here. So 11 is kind of, like I said, that spot here. Our multiple man unfortunately died, so this was not like a perfect ideal run. Ideally, you want to leave him on the board as long as possible, but unfortunately, he just kind of bled out. So when you get down to 10 or less, the next wave is going to drop. So just make sure that when you guys do have that next wave dropping, that you're ready for that, right? And by ready, I mean make sure Storm has her ultimate, make sure Jubilee has her stun, and yeah, that way when they do drop, then you're gonna be ready. It also helps to have some damage as well on these guys, just to kind of get them down a little bit, so that way you can just sniff or sneeze, and then they'll just instantly die. So we'll slow the footage down here. Next wave drops when it's 10 or less. This is fine because now we have a couple characters that are low, so we're gonna use the special here, and hopefully that hits Hank, kills Hank off. Great. Gets some AoE, or sorry, not the AoE, gets some damage to us. Jubilee takes her turn, throwing the massive stun here on Black Knight. And yeah, like I said, we got a little lucky there, but you want to make it so that a bunch of the characters are low health so that you can just chain it off when that happens, right? And then, like I said, once you get that Black Knight under control, then you can start focusing on all the other characters there. Throw the special there, boom, apply the slow again. And yeah, you can kind of see now we have some of the other stragglers there kind of getting low on health there. So that's great. You also want to make sure, because we are playing with Arch Nemesis Sabretooth, you want to make sure he's blinded as well here. So when you are able to get through this taunt, you make sure you blind him. If you don't blind him, it's going to be very disastrous. He'll one-shot your entire team if you don't blind him. So again, we just used ult here, and yeah, we have to get through the taunt unfortunately here, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we'll throw the special here for the extra bleeds, and that should hopefully kill him off here or get him close. Man, he is beefy. He is definitely for sure beefy. Throw the special, maybe it'll kill him off here faster. Yeah, it's not going to kill him, but we do get some AoEs in here, which is fine. It would have been nice. It would have been nice if we can spread that, but it's kind of the way it goes. And maybe having a skirmisher would be a good idea here, so you can rip off the taunt. I may have to run this again and try it again here. This is definitely for sure not like a perfect run by any means, but yeah, just so you guys kind of get the initial strategy of the multiple mans, fueling the gauge, and kind of getting your turn meter in, and then making sure you have that stun ready to go when the next wave drops. So this should hopefully kill him, and then we should hopefully dance on to somebody else. Great. That fuels our speed bar. Great stuff. We can throw the ult somewhere in the center here so we can get some AoE. Boom. And again, just watch for that assist, right? You want to make sure you can blind now. We'll throw the ultimate here from Storm. Woohoo. Nice stuff. And then yeah, we'll want to make sure we can blind Sabretooth, right? So Jubilee is ready to go. She's got a striker as well, so she can try to blind if her resistance isn't good, but we'll kill off just to make sure we get a couple extra turns in. And then yeah, this should hopefully blind him with the assist from Jubilee. Boom. Okay, now we're good. So from that point on, you can just kind of focus on the other characters, so long as you can keep the other ones blinded, right? So make sure you can blind and stun Quicksilver as well. Quicksilver is very annoying to deal with, and I think he actually hits through the blind as well, if I'm not mistaken here. But we'll go after Emma because Emma's kind of squishy, and she has a bunch of negatives as well, which makes it a little easier for us. But yeah, like I said, very straightforward. I think yeah, I'm gonna fast forward kind of. I'll probably just fast forward to the end here. So hopefully you guys can see the strategy here. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of timing, a little bit of experience, a little bit of practice as well here, just to get the timing of it down. But yeah, once you get the blinds and the stuns, Jubilee kind of does it all. She absolutely is the MVP, I think, next to Storm. Storm and Jubilee totally take this one together because, yeah, like I said, Storm's just applying the silence. We got blinds, we got stuns. Yeah, we can't really do this without Jubilee. And on top of that, every time we get a kill, she feels the speed gauge for the characters as well here because of the fact that her passive is like similar to Carnage, right? So anyways, that's kind of the long point of it all here. I'll run to the end here so you guys can see it, but otherwise, hopefully it makes sense. And then, yeah, like I said, you just want to make sure when Sabretooth does take that turn, you want to make sure that you get him blinded. Okay, so we do get a fairly good sized chunk of points here. And again, this is one of my previous runs here. I wasn't able to get the commentary out to you guys just because of the hectic day we had. But yeah, there's the finish. Yeah, and then on top of that as well, like I said already with the mods, you can kind of mess around with it. But again, just kind of recapping it, we had Arch Nemesis, Blinded by Power, Hold'em, Indestructible Mind so they don't get trauma, and Carnage, and some of the other ones there. But anyways, other than that, guys, let me know if you guys have any questions or anything like that. And good luck with your breaker runs here. I may get some footage out for the other sections as well here, respectively. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.